Morning, children. A very good morning to you all. Children, today we will have our second lesson from the Flamingo Text, that is the Lost Spring. We'll have the lesson The Lost Spring. Children, what do you understand by spring? Of course, lost you understand, something you lose, okay, misplaced. But what is spring? You might have heard spring onions. You might have heard spring in the ballpoint pen. What? Is it so? Yes, I was knowing it. The leveling. Children, spring here means the season. The season is known as a spring, what you call Basant. Spring, everywhere, goodness, happiness, flowers blooming, new leaves on the trees. The atmosphere is very calm and very happy. It is blooming, colorful flowers. Means this is the season where happiness is spread. Children, today we'll be dealing with the same lesson, The Lost Spring. Stories of Stolen Childhood by Jung. Now, this is a very, very ironical lesson, children. The Lost Spring. Why the lesson has been called as The Lost Spring? We'll see it. So, in this lesson, first we'll see about the author, Jung, the background, explanation, and the summary. About the author. 1944 she was born. She belongs to an aristocratic family of poets. Means her father, her mother, and in her family people were writers and poets. So in such a rich family of poet and writings and language she was born. She was born in Rourkela, the place in Odisha, and spent her childhood and adolescence in Hyderabad. She received her education in Hyderabad and in the United States of America. Her parents were both writers. Jung began her career as a writer in India. She has been an editor and columnist for major newspapers in India and abroad too. You'll find it on the very first page. This paragraph you'll find it on the very first page of your lesson. You open it and just see it. The following is an excerpt from her book, a piece taken from her book, a story taken from her book, and the name of the book is Lost Childhood. Stories from Stolen Childhood or Lost Spring. Stories from Stolen Childhood. Here she analyzes the grinding poverty. Grinding poverty means very too much poverty, and traditions which condemn these children to a life of exploitation. Because of tradition, because of the poverty, these children are unable to get the facility, they are unable to enjoy life because they are being exploited, they are being given as a, they have to toil work, they have to do work, they become the child labor. And this is what she has depicted in this lesson, she has written in this lesson. The theme and the sub-theme we'll be having in this lesson: plight of street children, plight, their story, pathetic story of these street children, their miserable condition of these street children, forced into labor in early childhood. Now it is banned, it is a crime, okay, child labor. But these, somewhere still in the country, this child labor is practiced. Okay. Major theme is poverty of this lesson is poverty. Poor children condemned to life of exploitation. Small children and poor children, because of poverty, they have to get themselves involved in work, in child labor, where they are exploited. You might have read stories, newspapers, and have come across so many things of child labor and the exploitation done on them, resulting in loss of childhood, innocence, education, and play. So these children, they lose their childhood, they miss the most lovable, most happiest, most pleasurable lifetime of their childhood, that is childhood. They lose everything. They lose the innocence, they lose the education, and they lose the play with the children, with their what you call, with their friends. So this is an excerpt from the book titled The Lost Spring, Stories of Stolen Childhood, written by Ahire Jung. The author refers spring as childhood. See the contrast, see the irony. Spring as childhood, but here see, the spring is lost from this child's life. He is working in the construction field, isn't it? Author refers spring as childhood. See somewhere how the spring is there, it is blooming, how the children are playing, but some children are deprived, kept away, or they are away from this happiness in their life. Children, the stages of human being is described here in 5 photographs or 5 pictures. See the very small baby. See the 5 to 6 year old boy. Then the adolescence age, then the middle age, and then the old age. Old age is described in autumn. All the leaves are not there, no, the greenery is not there, the decaying is there. So as the old age. Monsoon, summer, spring, winter, autumn, like that. Winter, spring, summer, monsoon, autumn. In this manner, these children, this picture is described. The spring for childhood it has taken. The resemblance, okay, it has taken for a good description. So the spring blooming is there, flowers are there, happiness is there, everywhere happiness is there. And so as in this chapter, in this lesson, the happiness itself is missing. New words you'll find in this first chapter, what we'll be dealing with. Scrounging amidst garbage, glibly, mutters, bleak, shuffles, perpetual, transit, homes, desolation, ragpickers, periphery, metaphorically, acquaintance, squatters, devoid, tattered sari, and wrapped. These are the new words. Though I won't say it is difficult words. These are new words because you have come across first time. That is why they are new. That is why you are finding it difficult. Come on, the lost spring. Ahire Jung has tried to highlight the plight of life of poor people and the children who are exploited either by their uneducated and poor parents, helpless parents, and the society who employ them as child laborers. So spring of life refers to happiness. Lost spring means lost happiness, children. So nicely it has been said. So the first story we'll be dealing with, sometimes I find a rupee in the garbage. This is the first story we'll be dealing with. And the hero of the story is the rag picker. Sahib-e-Alam his name is. Again the name is irony. So sometimes I find a rupee in the garbage. Garbage means where the dump, all the garbage, all the waste materials people are putting. Okay? That is garbage. The author encounters with a boy named Sahib-e-Alam, who visits the nearby garbage dump every morning looking for valuables in the garbage. See this boy, Sahib-e-Alam, he is a rag picker. Instead of having a bag on his shoulder, on his back, instead of going to school, this boy is made or had destined to have this rag picking bag on his back. And this boy is picking rags, searching rags for his livelihood. So children, the author encounters means very often she meets these people, she saw these people, these children on the street. Okay, she happened to cross these children. So she saw this boy, his name is Sahib-e-Alam, who visits the nearby garbage dump every morning looking for valuables in the, they search in the garbage. What valuable? Something as per their likings and as per their wish and as per their values, they find something, they search something and they collect it. So he is Sahib Alam. The boy had left his home in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Long distant dream it is. The mother might have told him that even they are having big fields, big farms, big house, greenery there, but the cyclonic storm has swiped all their valuables, their farms, their crops destroyed, their homes were destroyed. So they have to leave their place and they have to be refugee in India at somewhere in the Simapuri periphery or the periphery of Delhi. So the boy had left his home in Dhaka, Bangladesh long ago and did not have any memories of it too. Long ago they left the home. Now he don't even remember also where he used to stay in Dhaka in Bangladesh. They have come over and they have stayed here outskirts of Delhi. His mother told him that their homes and fields were destroyed by the storms and so they moved to the city. See, everything has been destroyed. If a home is destroyed, everything is destroyed, children. Homeless wanderers they are. Okay? And they have come and they have settled here. The author asked him that why he scrounged garbage heaps, to which he replied that he had nothing else to do. Author is asking, she is asking, why he keeps on searching the garbage, and he says he has nothing to do because he is an outsider, he is a refugee. He cannot stay here permanently, he don't have permanent house, no identity cards, okay, and he has nothing to do except scrounging the garbage. The author advised him to go to school, but he could not as there is no school in his neighborhood. He is staying in a slum area, periphery of Delhi, outskirts of Delhi. And slum, children, you know that what type of slum area is. So there is no school. Author asks him, advises him to study, go to school, but because there is no school, he cannot go also to school. She made him a false promise. She asked him, if I'll put you in the school, whether you'll be able to go to school, are you ready to go to school? She asked him and she makes him a false promise that she would be starting a school soon and that he could join it. Very soon she'll open her school, very soon she'll start her school and you could join the school. The boy accepts and agrees, yes, of course, whenever there will be school, he will be there. His world is full of such words, ironies, satire, you can call paradox, okay? Something is said and something is thought and something is spoken and something is written like that. Very irony. His word was full of such words which never saw the light of the day. Everybody used to promise one or the other thing to such children, to the rag pickers, but the wishes were never fulfilled. He could go around with group of boys, all barefoot. Barefoot means not wearing any chappal shoes. All barefoot. Some wearing a different shoes in both feet. One black, one white, one red, one yellow, like that. And in the morning at the daybreak, they used to pick the bags, the rags, the bags, and they used to roam around, going to the dumps of garbage from one place to another and searching and scrounging something that they will get. While there were some who owned torn shoes, some desperately wished that they could find a pair in the garbage. Some children torn, it is all torn. Somewhere it has been separated. See, the sole and the shoe is separated. Na? It needs repair. So some wore the torn shoes. Some desperately wish that when they'll search in the garbage, maybe one day they'll get the shoes also to wear. And it is a big thing for these children. Having shoes is a big thing. The author asked him his name. He replied that his name was Sahib Alam. The author thought that the boy did not know the meaning of his name. and if he come to know that his name meant Lord of the universe, he would not be able to believe it. Lord of the universe means King of the universe. See the name and see the boy what he's doing. He is doing a rag picking work. See what a irony it is. Name is Lord of the universe, and what job he is doing? He is picking rags. A boy would stop in front of the old temple where his father was a priest and prayed for a pair of shoes. Once she had been to Udupi and she have come across that a boy used to stop in front of the temple and used to pray, where his father was a priest and he used to pray for a pair of shoes. Every day when he used to go to school, he used to pray to God, standing outside only. God, please give me a pair of shoes. Okay? Children, these small children have their small wishes only. And then they want that their wishes to be fulfilled. And if they are fulfilled, they become very happy. So he is praying, see. When she visited the town again after 30 years, and the temple she went, she saw a little boy wearing school uniform, socks and shoes, and is reminded of the prayer made by another boy of never losing them. So when she, after 30 years again, she went to that temple, she found the priest's son wearing socks, shoes and school bag and all. Maybe 30 years back, the child who had prayed in front of God, in front of the temple, maybe his wish might have come true. And now onwards, these children are getting shoes and uniforms and bags. Okay, and they are able to go to school. Maybe his wish might have come true. Children, the rag picker boy and his family had migrated from Bangladesh in 1971. Lived in Simapuri area, which was mere wilderness, all jungle type, forest type. Simapuri, outskirt of Delhi. Delhi is capital of India and it is outside the slum. 10,000 near about children, these people were coming and they were settling there. It is a slum area. It is wilderness. Wilderness means all jungle. Why it is wilderness called? Because see the condition, situation, see the dirty water and the slum, how not planned and nothing. There was no basic amenity. Amenity means facility in the area like sewage, water. As many as 10,000 rag pickers have been living there for more than 30 years. And still the condition is as it is. The condition is as it is. No change in this slum area. In the dirt they are living. In the pathetic situation they are living. No proper food, no proper water, no proper sewage. Okay? And such place these people are forced to stay. They had no identity or permits. Only a ration card which fetched them grains and right to vote. They don't have any permits or identity card of their own because they are a refugee. They have migrated from Bangladesh. But only they are having the ration card. Maybe some of the political person, they might have distributed these ration cards for the sake of grains. They should get food. So maybe tomorrow they will vote for such person. Okay. So they have got that ration cards only. For their mothers, feeding the family with enough food is more important than getting an identity proof. The elderly people, the mothers think that end of the day, if their children are sleeping with the full stomach, with food in the stomach, it is enough for them instead of getting identity proof. Because throughout the day the children are toiling, the children are working, the mothers are also working. But in the evening at least they are having food. In Bangladesh that also they were not able to have. At least here in this slum area, in this country, they are getting at least one time khana, one time food. They are satisfied if their children sleep peacefully without aching stomach. Something is in their stomach, without stomach pain, if they are sleeping well, it is enough for them. And what else they will expect children in the other country? As a refugee, no money, no home, no school, no education. At least they are getting shelter, they are feeling it is enough. They are lucky enough that at least they are getting shelter over there. The elders' only way of survival is the garbage. The elderly people see the parents, the mother and the father. For the children, the garbage is a wrapped wonder where they find precious things like rupee or torn shoes. For elderly, it is survival for is the garbage. They keep on surviving, searching, and if anything they find, they keep on selling it. For children, it is wrapped with wonders. Sometimes they get a 1 rupee coin, sometimes 10 rupee note. So in that expectation, they keep on searching, they keep on scrounging the garbage dumps, children, and that is why they become very happy if they are getting even the torn shoes. See the pathetic and the miserable situation of some children. We are lucky enough, and you especially, you are lucky enough. We are born to such parents there who are sending us to school. You are most lucky because you are selected in Navodaya and you are here in studying. But still some children are deprived with all these basic things, deprived without facilities. They are not getting there, far far away from these things, children. Even they want, but where, how, whom they'll consult, it's a big problem to them. There is one club, and Sahib-e-Alam Sahib daily used to go and stand outside the gate of the club. The people were playing their tennis and all. One day the author found Sahib standing outside a tennis court watching two men play. And even the watchman was very nice. When nobody used to be there in the club or in the club area, club garden, he used to allow Sahib to have a swing which was there in the garden area. So Sahib used to go inside, have a swing, okay, and after that he used to come and he used to be thankful to the watchman. At least the watchman is thinking that he is a human being and needs something. So one day the author found Sahib standing outside a tennis court watching two men play. Two people were playing. He is wearing tennis shoes. One foot is torn, under repair. It needs a repair. Probably he found them in the garbage. Maybe that shoe also he might have found it in the garbage. A rich child must have refused to wear them. Maybe a little bit hole or little bit torn or little bit some defect or little bit something would have been there, and that is why a rich child might have thrown it in the garbage. And Sahib might have scrounged it, searched it, and he found it, and now he is wearing it. He is very happy wearing those shoes and is standing outside the gate of that. Another morning she finds him on his way to the milk booth, carrying a steel can. Another morning, he finds after some days, she finds him standing. She finds him on the way to a milk booth, carrying a steel can or a canister, you can say it. Now, when she talked to him, he told that he is working in a tea stall. At least he got some work. He is not scrounging now the garbage, the waste material. He is working at a tea stall where he shall be paid 800 money and get meals too. And he'll get his food, his khana. Means both the time or 3 times meal he'll be getting it, and even plus he'll be getting money. But when the author asked him how you are feeling, getting money, getting work now, getting meals also, he says that he has lost his carefree look and carefree days, playful looks, where he used to play. He was his master. Now he is no longer his own master. That time he was his master. Whenever he used to feel, he used to take his rack bag and used to roam around, play around, watching, running around with his group of friends. Okay, and whenever he used to think like playing here and there, he used to play. But now he is getting meals, he is getting money, everything, it is nice. But now he has lost his carefree days. He has lost his happy days. He is no more his own master. He has to work under us. He has to listen to other, and he has to follow the orders of somebody else. Children, the literary device in this chapter. There are three: the hyperbole, a metaphor, and a simile. A hyperbole is a way of speaking or writing that makes something sound better or more existing than it is really is. Exaggerating, to speak more, to say something more. Garbage to them is gold. Even this sentence comes for explanation. Why it is said that garbage to them is gold? Because they got so many things in the garbage. They search shoes, rupee note, 10 rupee note, so many things. Sometimes clothes also they get. So it is their means of survival, isn't it? And that is why garbage to them is gold. A metaphor means compares two things or ideas that are not very similar. The road was full of light, but it was not. So some typing mistakes are there. It was full of light. Do you think the slum area is full of light? It is exaggerating the statement. Their area is never full of lights, full of water, full of education. No. So that is why it is a metaphor. Speaking something and no two ideas are meet. The roads was full of lights, or they are having full electricity. Simile, that compares one thing with other. As white as snow, as dark as charcoal, as quick as rabbit. It is compared with a thing. It's a simile. Okay, as and like. The words are used over here. Those are called literary devices or figure of speech. Children, the question will be having, where has Sahib come from? You know that we have discussed from Bangladesh in 1971, 30 years back. Why? What happened there? Storms, heavy storms, swiped away all the fields and the crops and everything. They were on road, no food, no work. So, to survive themselves, they have just marched towards the capital, Delhi, and they are in the slum area. Okay. Garbage to them is gold. Explain. Just now we spoke on this matter. Garbage to them is gold. Everything they are finding it. Good things they are finding it. They are finding it of their importance, the things. They are valuable. They feel that these things are valuable. And they are scrounging, they are searching. Sometimes money, sometimes some other things. And garbage to them is gold means it is the means of survival to them. They are surviving on this garbage only. Children, the third question, Sahib's full name is Sahib-e-Alam. Isn't it ironical? Justify your answer. See the child, his fate, his destiny, the way he is. He is wandering here and there, roaming here and there, foodless, homeless, educationless, and his name is Sahib-e-Alam, the Lord of the universe. The entire universe is in his hand. The entire universe means he could command, he could rule. But is it so with Sahib? No. Isn't it? So that is why how you are supposed to justify it. Simapuri is a place on the periphery of Delhi, yet miles away from it, metaphorically. Metaphorically means symbolically. Simapuri, it is written only Sima, is a place on the periphery of Delhi, yet miles away from Delhi. Why? Because Delhi being the capital, all the facilities, big cities, big roads, big what you call schools, big buildings, planned city, okay, nicely lit. Everything they are getting over there, work, job, happiness, entertainment, enjoy. But in Simapuri, in the slum area, no water, no proper sewage, no proper light, everything. It means they are themselves are staying in the dump garbage. Okay, the dirty water. The animals are also staying. The dogs, the cats, the human beings are also staying. The dirt they are facing, the miserable conditions they are facing. That is why Simapuri is miles away from the capital, that is from Delhi, though it is in Delhi. Justify the statement describing the colony or settlement of the rag pickers. Rag pickers again. How they are picking the rags. In the second page. If you'll turn the page, you'll find it, the rag picker, how his situation is. Survival in Simapuri means rag picking. If you want to survive, you have to pick rags because they don't have any work, no other work. They can't even find, nobody will keep them because they don't have the identity. Nobody will keep them for work. Okay? After such a long time, after such a long days, many years, he was being identified, and somebody in a tea stall, Saib Alam, was kept on work. But for other people like him in the Simapuri district area, survival in Simapuri means rag picking. So there are more than 10,000 people, those who are refugees, those who have come, migrated, they are doing this rag picking work only. Is Saib happy working at the tea stall? What do you think? Not at all. He is not happy. He says, though he is getting money and all the 3 meals, but he is somewhere missing his happiness, his friends, the group of friends, his carefree days, his lovable days, roaming around, wandering around, his playful time. There he was his own master with his rag bag. Here he has to follow somebody else's instructions. He has to take instructions, he has to do work. Somebody will ask him to do and he is supposed to do it. He knows his master, and that is why he missed those days and he is not happy. Children, these are the questions you are supposed to write it in your notebooks. So this is the story of the lost spring of the stolen childhood, the first part or the first story about Sahib Alam, the main character of this story. In the next chapter, we'll be dealing with the next character and the next story. So for today, it's over and we'll be meeting in the next period. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.